Did you know some airlines will actually ground their very best pilots for a reason that has absolutely nothing to do with bad weather or engine trouble? Nope. It's just because of the date on the calendar. Sounds kind of crazy, right? But believe me, it's true.
And get this, it has nothing to do with the pilot's skill level. It's all about this powerful, invisible force that, well, it affects every single one of us. And by the end of this, I'm going to show you exactly what this force is and, way more importantly, how you can actually master it to get those results that stick no matter what kind of day you're having.
All right, so let's just dive right into this, because we have all been there. You know those days when you wake up and you're just unstoppable? Everything just clicks. But then there are those other days where it feels like you're wading through mud just to get the simplest things done. It's honestly one of the most common and super frustrating experiences we all have to deal with. Just think about it for a second. Can you pinpoint a day when your energy was just through the roof, your mind was razor sharp? And now, can you remember a day when you felt completely drained, like you couldn't focus no matter how hard you tried? I promise you, this is not just in your head. And this is where it gets really specific. I mean, on a high swing day, you can add a column of figures in a flash, no problem. But on a low swing day, you add it 5 times and you get 5 different answers. One morning you feel like $1,000,000, the next you just feel, I don't know, off. You can go from helping strangers and singing in the street one day to being irritable and annoyed by literally everything the next. That, right there, is that universal swing in action. So the really crucial point here is this. These highs and lows, they aren't just random moods. They are part of a predictable, fundamental law of the universe, just like gravity. And when you realize that, it makes it feel even more powerful, doesn't it? It's not just you having a bad day. It's a whole cosmic principle at play.
And this principle, it's called the law of rhythm. Think of it like the natural ebb and flow in, well, everything. Just like the tides go in and out, the seasons change, day turns to night, our own lives are operating on this very same rhythmic cycle. And this law, it isn't picky. It touches every single part of your being. We're talking your intellect, your physical energy, your emotions, and, yeah, even your spiritual side. No part of you is immune to this natural up and down swing. Okay, so now let's look at how this whole thing builds to its most intense point. Remember those pilots we talked about at the beginning? They get grounded because of this one specific moment, what's called the critical low point. This is when the rhythm totally hits rock bottom and your worst days just feel completely overwhelming. A critical low is what happens when all those different aspects of you, your mind, your body, your emotions, all hit their lowest point in the cycle at the exact same time. These are the days you just feel like giving up on everything. It's that moment of maximum resistance. But there's a secret hidden right here. And this is the pivot. See, the law itself guarantees that the swing can't stay at the bottom forever. Your lowest point is actually a signal that your highest point is coming right up. The further down that pendulum swings, the higher it's about to rebound. And this is where we shift from being a victim of the law to becoming its master. So the big question is, how do we do that? Well, it all comes down to one thing you have absolute, total control over, your attitude. Look, you can't stop the tides from turning, but you sure can learn to surf, right? You don't have to let the law of rhythm just beat you up every single time you're on a low swing. This right here, this is the absolute key. While the rhythm is some external law, your response to it is a completely internal choice. You can consciously decide to feel good, to be optimistic, to be productive, even when that universal swing is trying to pull you down. You are in control of how you feel. The law is not in control of you. So how do you actually put this into practice? It's a pretty simple 3-step process. First step, understand the law. When you feel low, don't despair. Seriously, get excited because you know for a fact a high is guaranteed to follow. Second, consciously choose your attitude. Just keep reminding yourself that you are in control of your feelings. And third, by doing this over and over, you finally achieve those results that stick we talked about at the beginning. Your success is no longer a hostage to your good and bad days. So, the next time you feel like you're hitting a critical low, I want you to remember this. Your worst day isn't a sign of failure. It's just the bottom of the pendulum swing. The momentum is already building for that journey back up. The high isn't just possible, it's literally inevitable. That is the law. Okay, so for our question of the day, think about your work, your creativity, maybe even your relationships.
When have you felt that undeniable swing from high to low and back again? Drop your story in the comments below. I would genuinely love to read how this law shows up in your life. Thanks so much for tuning in.